I'm going to help break it down. What happens sometimes with children who are raised in church, where their parents are leaders in church, when you grow up like that, sometimes we have issues. Oh, they ain't helping me. I'm going to help you. The reason is, as a child growing up, when our parents were so involved in church, when you wanted your parents' attention, you couldn't always get your parents' attention because it's always directed towards the church. So when you have stuff going on at school and you want and it's parents' evening or sports day or some kind of activity that you want your parents to come to, and sometimes, all the other children are going to bring their parents, and then you come home and you say, Mom, Dad, I've got an event I'm going to be playing or doing a play at school, and it's on the same day as prayer meeting. What happens is you're trying to compete for your parents' attention. This is gonna get good. And so what happens is sometimes children whose parents are leaders in the church, you would always feel that they should be flying high. But sometimes what's going on underneath you don't understand. Because your parents you may turn up to certain events that your children do. But when you have responsibilities in church and you're not giving the attention that's needed to your children because church becomes the other child, sometimes as a child you're competing with attention because it seems like your parents has the church and the church is the second child. The church is the Jacob. And you're trying to compete, or the church is like the Esau, you're trying to compete because you're trying to get your father's attention. And it doesn't always work out that way. So sometimes you find for pastors' children or bishops' children or leaders' children, you sometimes find that they grow up resenting the church. I'm letting you into a secret. I'm letting you into what's going on, reality. Because you may be wondering, how comes this particular person, how comes their parents are in church and they're not in church? Because when the pastors or the leaders have to pay more attention to their congregation and they haven't got the balance right, that child will grow up resenting the church because you took away my parents from me. You took away the time that I should have spent with my parents. The parents were too busy sorting out church affairs. So the minute I reach 16 and 17, I'm gone because I don't want to. These are the church people and the people that I competed against and lost. And that's why sometimes as pastors, you can have a wonderful bishop, you can have a wonderful apostle, you can have a wonderful pastor. But if you don't take care of your children, they will leave the church.